The Chilonga Causeway has become a major death trap as 13 people have perished this year alone, all in attempt to cross the flooded Runde River. This causeway is the shortest route but always dangerous during the wet season. The latest victims of this causeway were a Net1 technician, Samson Zarimwa, who was coming from refueling the network booster at Chikombedzi. He drowned in the river on 30 April 2022 together with his female friend, Lois Maradze, who was not a Net1 employee. Lowville Checkpoint managed to document the whole recovery operation, and here is what happened.
Alright, mungakwanisa kutsanangura kuti zvii zvanatsoitika iri apa?
Zvandingada kutsanangura zvandava zvichiitika. Mota yabva kumhiri. Kwakazarawo mamwe makombi anga aripo anga achidzasa vanhu. Isina takatomira munhu kunoti ine makombi ekuita kuti isenga vanhu akaibva kumhiri. Mota ichisvika haina kumbomira kukwanisa kuti anga amboingochita nevanhu kunzwa kuti mvura yakamira. Angosvika ichitomira ichitopinda pamvura. Panoperera mavhiri aya ekumashure nemberi yeibva ichena kutasa bai. Itotena inde itosimuka kubva tadikimhanyira tadatomboti amota inenge irikuda kuti kusukiwa asinombomira kutaura nevanhu zvoda kupinda ichingopinda kudai ndobva yatorwa ichitomira pamasitubhu ichingopinda pasitubhu yaibvomowa ichitowira mvura kuseri.
Nothing much happened during day one of the tragedy. Only the Net1 officials managed to retrieve the 2 fuel tanks that had been swept away, containing about 15 liters of fuel.
Mota yakagara pamusoro peslab ikangopushwa nemvura ikachifta pamusoro peslab hamuioni zvokuti masidhaivha unogona kupedzawo ma3 hours vachitsvaga vasingaioni
ine mvura tuwirirana
tikazama kupisa zvazvekuti isu taifanira kuti makastama ari kuda kukepera patamisa mota tiri murodhi ndobva awedzera mafuta ndobva tadzingura murodhi kuti unogona kudzingwa nemunhu pakuda kuzvimachira mota yake achiwedzera kukwidza windo akatosvika achipinda straight mvura ungoti achipinda isati apedza kupinda mafreshure ichitorohwa engine same time ichitojika ichizundwa nemvura ichitoti kuseri ichitobaya slab riya rakagara pamusoro pano nemhino zvakatika takatarisa takazama kumisa muchinda but haana kutaura nesu vaiva 2 munhukadzi nemunhu ndiaidira kwanga kuine munhukadzi.
We are still at Chilonga Bridge and it's now 24 hours since that Net1 vehicle is yet to be recovered. No recovery mission has yet started. So as for the locals, this news is no longer news for them. Just day-to-day business for them. Some are even fishing, some are even crossing that flooded river. But the unfortunate part is that the ZRP or the Joint Operations Command is yet to mobilize its resources to come to the aid of these strikes.
The relatives and Chiredzi South MP, Honorable Callisto Gwanetsa, arrived around 9 a.m. and later on the legislator acknowledged that the only permanent solution is the construction of an actual bridge, which is now at the tendering process.
It's not a recommendation. I've seen this instance here, time the only solution to this thing is it's supposed to be international. Why international? Not only that. When we talk of Runde, this is river number 4 in Zimbabwe. Zambezi, Limpopo, Save, Runde.
Even the locals echoed the same sentiments.
Chanoona ndechokuti panoda ribatsiro kuti rivepo. Kana rikangovepo ribatsiro, bridge guru rinokwanisa kuvakwa.
apa chatinoshuvira ibhirinji guru ichi chibviswe.
At 1 p.m., the ZRP Bukwa Sub-Aqua team arrives at the scene to assess the situation. This is a dangerous mission, as last month these men lost one of their own at the same spot. Fingers are crossed and all prayers and hopes are with our heroes. As for the locals, they are telling us that they could have helped, but the tragic death of a police-trained diver really scares them.
Asi pari zvino manje munhu wokuti andosvika pane mota manje apa ndo panoita sokuti pane nyaya nenhaya yokuti chitiko chakaitika panapa vanhu vachiona pane musidhaivha uyauya vanhu vakuita sokuti vakuvhunduka kuti pamwewo ndikangoita sokudai ndatoenda uyangwe neniwo.
Our sources have informed us that the Sub-Aqua team has requested for a powerboat which can withstand the heavy current. As a result, the recovery operation has been pushed for tomorrow morning. This is a sad development for the friends and family. We hope the bodies are still in the vehicle.
This is day 3 at Chilonga Netone Tragedy, where we are witnessing some developments. Yesterday there was suggestion that the powerboat is necessary for the Sub-Aqua team to claim the car. Say this is the boat has arrived.
The police have barricaded the perimeter. The fire department is here. It's a Monday morning. The locals are acting as if nothing has happened. Some are even ferrying people across this flooded Runde river. We await to see what happens next. Day 3 at 9 a.m. the operation starts. The Sub-Aqua team are being led by the brave and tough Sergeant Sakpwanya, the officer in charge at Bukwa Police Station. The big question is, what will be used to pull the truck out of the water, as the expected crane is nowhere on sight. All eyes are glued to these men as the action is about to begin. This is a national tragedy and everyone is following. We bade Godspeed to our heroes.
Everyone here is focusing on making sure the boat gets to the river. It's everyone's efforts, journalists, police, game rangers, and community members are pushing it to the fullest to make sure that the boat gets to the water. The car couldn't reach the river because of the scent, so that is the commanding officer commanding this operation, telling people what exactly to do and where exactly they will launch the boat from. There's some argument there, but I'm sure they will agree to make this operation go. They've turned it around so that they can easily push it instead of pulling it. That was someone's advice. Hopefully that will bring us some results. The war cry is coming out there as they are pushing the commanding officer is doing all he can to direct it towards the river. Now it's being embarked from the trailer. What we have here is the operation. It's starting right now. As we can see, the officer in charge is taking charge with the driver as they are moving towards the sea divers. Yeah, that's what we are calling them here. I don't know if that's a proper term to call them, sea divers. This is a river. Okay, and so the divers are embarking on their powerboat as they are preparing to recover the Netone vehicle. A lot of things has been said as we were here. We were here for 3 days, right? From the first day of the incident, around 9 a.m. That's when the vehicle got into the river, and we've been here all this time covering the story. Yeah, we had a lot of incidents, we had a lot of accidents and stories about this area. We get to know the locals, and they were talking about a lot of things, but one thing that's interesting is their polarized belief or polarized ideas about the mermaid or the spirit that's taking people here. Some of them are saying no, there is no spirit or a mermaid that's killing people here. This is just accidents. Provided we have a better bridge, a good bridge, a safe bridge, there won't be any death here. And some are saying actually there is, and a lot of things has been seen down there, but we couldn't really get the proof of what was seen down there. Some say the sea diver who died some time back has seen things. And those are my colleagues down there, Patrick Chitongo and Kosten Shamu, together with Tawanda from ZBC, covering this story. Another day in the office, all I can say. Now the driver is navigating his way around the heavy current with the powerboat. Hopefully this powerboat will live to its expectation and took our recovery team, our heroes, the divers, to the vehicle. Now they are going straight to the vehicle. Slowly but surely and carefully. Remember, they lost one of their own here, so they are actually being careful not to lose another life here, and we applaud them for doing that. The commanding officer being brave, not even in protective gear up there. I believe he is showing that You have to be courageous to do these things. And he is worried much about the safety of his team. I have noticed and realized that. Looking at him right now, you can tell he is giving directions cautiously, slowly, but perfectly, to make sure that this operation is a success. I'm impressed by this boat. It's actually living up to its expectations, and how it is stayed on such waves, or should I say the heavy current, is interesting. Yeah, it's actually interesting. It's so steady, it's so relaxed. But one person I can tell you is not that much relaxed is the commanding officer. He is making sure that everything is perfect and everyone is safe. Going to the guy, the designated diver who has to get in there and mount the chain on the wheel that's protruding from the river. This is exactly what we were waiting for all this time. The beginning of the actual recovery. Getting in there. It's around 5 to 10 right now. 5 minutes to 10 in the morning. And the diver is getting there to mount the chain to the wheel. This is exactly this is when we can say that recovery has started. Hopefully we are gonna pull this out, and hopefully the bodies are still inside. That's one thing we are hoping for. Instructions going there. They are making sure the mount is intact. It will be bad to lose that mounting when they start pulling, so they had to make sure that it's actually intact. That's one thing we are hoping for. Looking across, there is a group of church members who were crossing from Cherezi to Chilonga, going for a church gathering, but they decided to wait a little. I am sure they are giving their prayers for these guys, our heroes, to make sure that this operation is a success. I hope they have mounted it securely so it won't snap out of that. Now the chain is being laid down as they are approaching the riverbank. But still we have this big question: how are we going to pull this vehicle out of the water? Because the grader, the Tonga grader, is still in its way, still coming. Should we wait for it? But already I can see the community organizing themselves, and I'm sure they will try to pull it out, like some have revealed to us that in the past they had to resort to using their manpower to pull out vehicles out of this river. There's been a number of incidents, like we said. They need extra chain, I did. ngaende kuseri kwecheni. The first stage of this recovery is cleared. They have mounted the chain to the vehicle and laid it down to the bank. Now it's up to who's gonna pull this vehicle, and like we have revealed earlier, the grader is not yet here. It's still on its way, and I can see a lot of men down there organizing to pull the vehicle out of the water. There are some strategies being laid down. I can see the game wardens are involved in that. There's a driver there who is telling people what to do. Actually, he's directing the boat to where to dock as they are preparing to pull the vehicle. I can see a lot of guys there lining up, planning to physically pull the vehicle out of the water. It's been done before, and hopefully we are gonna have results here. Yeah, hopefully it is believed that the vehicle will be lighter when it's underwater, so even a few guys can actually pull it out. And I see there are a number of guys there. Yeah, it's quite a distance if you can look at it. The chain is being pulled, yeah, extending, but it shows like it's stuck. But their effort seems not to be making any difference. The vehicle is stuck. Yeah, it moved a little bit, but it seems to be stuck somewhere. And I think everyone down there has agreed that, you know what, the sky is stuck, but let's do it again. They're trying again in a well-coordinated pool with some chance being there. Everyone is now tired of this, and I'm sure they've actually agreed that we can't do much, but they keep on trying. Finally they're laying the chain to rest. We are still waiting for the grader to come, and hopefully it will be here, and it will actually pull this vehicle out of the water. Yeah, some are washing their hands. That's a sign of saying, you know what, let's try something else. This couldn't work. Yeah. At exactly 11 o'clock this morning, the much awaited Tonga grader arrived, but while it's finding its way to the position where it can pull, it's taking too long because of heavy silt. So the locals decided to organize another pull from a different angle, but they quickly decided to use the grader since it's now ready for the job. And we are hoping this yellow machine will do it for us. But it's having problems of its own, sinking down there. I can see they are now laying the chain towards the grader. This seems to be our way out here. The church members are still here, praying for for this operation from the other side. Yeah, and now the chain is mounted on the grader. It's up to the yellow machine to complete this recovery mission. Yeah, surely we can see the grader is actually pulling, but there is no movement. It's actually a struggle, and the grader itself, it's sinking in this heavy silt. It's turning, it's tussling. The smoke is up, the sign of struggle. Trying different angles, it's actually shifting, trying different angles, but the car is not moving. And the locals are there watching. We are hearing that the Tonga Tulip team that was supposed to bring a crane have arrived, and they have what they call a TikTok, which is a chain block to assist. Some are saying the grader should be pulling from the bridge. All options are welcome here, I can see. Yes, the chain is lying there, never moved even an inch. Our sea divers are approaching the car from a power boat, of course, to assess the situation. They want to see exactly what's happening here, what's holding the car, or what should be done. I think this is it. They have decided to pull the car from a different angle, that angle that was suggested earlier. The grader could not move from where it is, so they are actually directing people to do that. Now there are a number of people. Some have driven from Chirezi to come here, and they are assisting, securely mounting the car to the chain. Okay, the sea diver is getting there, or maybe don't know what he's doing there, but this is a dangerous position he is right now. Trying to shift the car to, and there are some instructions from those who are outside the river, but because of these waves they couldn't hear anything, and they are focusing on what they are doing there. They're trying to communicate, but there is a lot of noise there, I can see. Now the pulling starts. This is the third attempt of these villagers trying to pull the car out of the water manually, but it's tricky. Now there are a lot of people, even more than the first and the second attempt. Yes, it's moving. It's actually moving. The car is moving, but somehow it's stuck. It's moving on the same position there. Yeah, we can see the two wheels now. We were seeing only one ever since we got here, but now we have seen two. There has been a movement, but it's not moving towards the bank. It's just stuck there, and something has to be done. Something has to be done. We don't know what to do now because the yellow machine couldn't yield any results. After 2 hours of all strategies and plans, the chain block is actually our shining armor today. It is pulling the car. It toppled it from where it was stuck, and now they are pulling it. The community and everyone around here have agreed that, you know what, let's do this manually, and the spirit of Ubuntu is upon everyone here. The journalists, the police, everyone with a set of hands has them on the chain, pulling the car out of the water. And finally the car is out of the water. It's marked Net 1, Welding 1. It's a Net 1 vehicle, confirmed. and the bodies are visible, still trapped inside there. We have heard that there are some relatives here to identify and confirm the identity of the victims. The names of the deceased are now confirmed. There is a Net1 employee, Samson Sharimwa, who was with a friend, a female friend, who happens to be Lois Maraze. That's it for now. We are still gathering more information concerning this disaster.